just brought John Samuelsen here for a meet and greet, and it turns out that last night we had a fatal tragedy, and John's going to talk a little bit about that.
I came to talk about the contract fight, the contract negotiation, but it would be remiss of me not to talk about this fatality a little bit, because it directly relates to our contract fight. That's the fact of the matter. So shortly after 12 o'clock last night, 2 transit workers, just like everybody in this room, were putting out the lights to begin a job, and they were walking in a curve that had several no clearance areas in the curve north of Church Avenue on the F line, doing everything right, and
Could you turn that
a
off,
train
please?
came bearing down on them, and they were struck by the moving train. One construction flagger was killed by the train. The other construction flagger appears that he's going to live, but he's almost all his ribs are broken. He's in bad shape in Methodist Hospital. When you get struck by a train and you walk away with broken ribs, it's hard to say that it's a blessing, but in all reality, it's a blessing, because when you get hit by a train, you die. Don't let these bosses kill you. Go home in one piece. Go home in one piece to your family. If it comes to a question about even what appears to be a minor decision that could impact your safety, always side with caution on the side of your family, not on the side of the New York City Transit Authority. It's ultra important, ultra important. This job, essentially we're a number with this job. We're a number. If one of us gets electrocuted or run down by a train, it's just going to go to the next person on the list and fill the spot. It's not to say that these bosses don't have compassion when somebody dies. I'm not trying to say that. But institutionally, this is a bureaucracy that everybody in this room is a nameless number. And bear that in mind. Always choose your family over productivity for the New York City Transit Authority. Now, with that said, in my mind, this all directly relates to the contract fight. I'll tell you one theme going forward that is now reinforced for us, and it's an accurate theme, and it's a just theme, and it's a moral theme. This company cannot protect us. It's demonstrated. They can't protect us. We die on the tracks. We suffer massive casualties on the tracks, even when there's no fatality. 3-4 transit workers a week are still getting assaulted. 3 bus operators a week alone get assaulted. On Local 100 members on the streets of New York City. Industrial accidents in the subway. And the company has proven that they cannot protect us. And all right, you can't protect us, so you better damn well pay us in this contract. That's what this comes down to. That we do work that goes well beyond the work that anybody else does in this state or in this city, and we're certainly not going to settle for a pattern that's established by office workers. Not that they don't work hard, I'm not knocking them, but they do not do what we do. They don't straddle third rails doing routine maintenance. They don't work under live traffic. They don't walk the elevated structure where you don't know if the tie that you're stepping on is rotted out and you're going to take a fall into the street. They simply do not. They can't tie our shoelaces when it comes to the productivity that we give, the way we move New York City, and the danger that we put ourselves in to do it. Now, November 15th is the contract kickoff. In the past, we've had this contract kickoff in a suite in a hotel room where we've brought in rank and file transit workers like the folks in this room, and we've argued across the table about what our demands are, and we've handed them to the New York City Transit Authority. We're deviating from that this time. We want to kick this thing off with a bang. We want to show the Transit Authority right up front that we mean business in this contract fight. This is not 3 years ago. There is no economic calamity. There is no pattern of 3 zeros that we're fighting against. And we intend to get our fair share. We intend to win a contract that exceeds inflation. It's not simply good enough for us to get a contract that meets inflation. We need to get ahead of the game in this contract. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's going to be a fight to do it. But if everybody in this room stands shoulder to shoulder together and we fight this company, along with all the other divisions, RTO, the bus side of the house, this great industrial union that Mike Quill formed, if we stand shoulder to shoulder and we fight, we can win. And that's what it's going to take to win a good contract. It's all going to begin November 15th. November 15th, the contract kickoff. It's a rally outside of 2 Broadway, which is the headquarters of the MTA and the New York City Transit Authority. We want to put 10,000 transit workers on the street to yell loud and clear up to those bosses at 2 Broadway that we're not settling for mediocre. We're going to drive home the point that transit workers deserve better than what we have. We deserve better than inflationary wage increases, and we intend to win it.